All right, I think we did it. I think I got the camera to work, and I'm going to show you guys something cool that I picked up over the weekend. I think you're going to like this, but I got to get my phone going here too. So when I walk away, I'll be able to see the chat right here, the live chat. But I believe we got the camera working. I had it working before the broadcast started this time, I promise you. And then it quit. Hey there. I didn't get a chance to email you back. I've been busy with stuff, but I think we're going to go ahead with that deal. So I've got your PayPal, so we'll get that sorted out. And I do appreciate you offering that to me too. Check this out. Let me get the camera flipped around. What's this light remind you of? Check out that light. What's that remind you of? Looking at the full picture here, the Pixar light. I found the Pixar light at the estate sale this weekend. It is freaking awesome. And it is going to put some light on our situation tonight. It's like daylight in here. Check this out. Anyone want to guess in the chat what we're looking at? I know what it is. And most of you probably haven't seen one of these things in ages. Or maybe some of you got one of these sitting around. I don't know. This is called the Mac G4. And it is one dusty machine. But what a beautiful old piece of hardware this is. Does it work? I don't know. That's what we're going to do tonight. This would have probably made a better video, but we might make a video of it if we can't get it going tonight. We'll just do a regular video on it. Man, you got to love these things. I'm going to get you guys set up on a tripod here, and we are going to work on this thing here. And I don't have the desktop set up yet, so we're not going to worry about that too much. But let's get you bent down here where you can see it a little bit better. Because when I get the side off, we're going to flip it over on its side anyway. It's just going to make it easier. Let me know if the audio is coming in okay. You're hearing everything all right. I believe that this has a latch on the side, and it kind of folds open, and everything just kind of lays out in here. And I don't know what in the hell I'm looking at. So will it work? I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. You guys tell me. Let's flip it up here so you can see it better. But once you get it laid open, that's what you got. She's on hinges here. And you know what's going to happen. I'm going to slam this thing right on my hand tonight. So looks like we got a processor there. We are missing memory. I can see that right away. It looks like we may have a graphics card. Is that a wireless adapter even? Maybe it is. We got a complete unit here. We got some SATA plugs. Where does the SATA plugs plug in on the motherboard at? I see IDEs, but where does the SATA go? Huh. Teach me about the Mac. It looks like it has a hard drive in it, though. But I don't know if the power's plugged into it. We're going to check that out and see. Yeah, it's definitely an old IDE hard drive. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Love. I knew that this would be a good one to get out. I really did, because I don't know how long it's been since you guys have seen or messed with one of these. But it is really good. I've got August 2002 on an IBM Deskstar IDE hard drive right here. How many gigabytes is this thing? It is 60 gigabytes. Can't make it up. 60 gigabytes, 7,200 RPM. So there's probably a way that this comes up or out, I would say. We're going to pretend like it does. I think it's plugged in though. I believe we might have power and stuff plugged into that drive. We're going to pretend like we do, okay? So I think mostly what we'll need to fire this thing up is, let's look out the back of it. We're going to need a DVI cable. Will our monitor even take a DVI? I don't know. I don't know what it'll take. No, it won't, but it'll take a VGA, and so will that graphics card. But the problem with that is we're not going to have a capture card, but you'll be able to see it work from the camera. Well, you're going to get to see someone work on one tonight. I'm not going to tell you that I'm experienced with these, but I have had Macs over the years. If you've seen one of my videos, Big Mac I had for a long time, and I finally got it ready and sold it. That was my dual 1366 CPU Mac. I'm looking for my memory because I have some DDR1 memory, and I'm pretty sure that's what that old unit's going to take. So we're going to need DDR1. That's PC2. That's not what we need. Where is my DDR1 memory at? Just keep looking. I know I have some here. That's all PC2, so that's definitely not what we're looking for. Where did I set the DDR1 stuff at? I specifically held on to it for this kind of stuff, and I should have a stack of it. That's the problem with stuff like that. You set it somewhere, then you don't remember where you put it. And I got to clean this mess up because it's driving me nuts, honestly. But I'll get back to the chat because it may be over here in a pile too. I have bent CPU coolers laying here, just needs thrown in the garbage. Plates for another computer. Is there a stack of memory sitting here? Nope. Maybe I got some DDR1 over here. Let's see. I got to get thermal paste off this cooler though. I was playing around with something else. I did pick up something cool today, but I'm going to share that in a video later. Let's see if this is DDR1 here. Nope, that's definitely PC2, PC3, PC3, PC3. I know I have DDR1 RAM because I'm pretty sure that I use it in my... Yeah, I used it in my old AMD. It used DDR1. So maybe I had it out doing that. I don't know. I got all kinds of RAM sitting back here. 2 gigabytes. That's PC3. PC3. We don't want PC3. We want PC1. DDR2. I guess when I thought about this, I should have probably looked and seen what I was missing, right? Is that? No, that's DDR2. That looks old right there, though. I'm going to look at the cutouts, though. It might be DDR2. It is. I can tell by the way it's cut out. You can usually tell by the cutout. I may have to get in my other machine and pull the memory out of it. And whether or not it'll work in this, I don't know. I mean, the nice part about the Mac is they have the chime. So if you hear the chime, the Mac's not happy, right? I know I have DDR1 RAM. I just don't know where I put it. So I thought I had it all in stacks over here. But apparently I did something else with the DDR1. But it's okay because I have DDR1 RAM. I would like to know what I did with that RAM, though. I had a whole stack of this stuff. And I kept it for messing with the older hardware. Because sometimes you need a stack of memory just to get something booted up, right? You won't be able to boot it up without a stack of memory. So I'm just giving one more look over here before I pull it out of another system. I hate to have to do that to test something. Plus, if the speeds ain't right, that's not even going to work right. Oh, that thing's going to be buried under all these boxes too. This is perfect. You guys can check it out and see if you see anything else wrong with it while I'm working on stealing some memory here. This has 4 sticks in it, and we probably got 4 slots there for memory. So, and I know this is DDR1. So there is a chance that it'll work in our Mac G4 right there. And there's another chance that it won't work. So we don't know. We don't know one way or the other, but we're still going to send it. All right. So let's just put a couple sticks in it. We know that's our big processor right there. And if you know Macs a little bit, you're going to know that that's probably a Power Mac, right? It's probably what that is. So let's go in the first slot right here. I'm going to go first and third on this old Mac. You can tell me if you would do different or not. If I had this sitting right, that daughter board would be, the motherboard would be flat, and it'd probably be easier to do this, but okay, that one's in, so we're in 1. Let's go in 3 now. And I don't remember how I just set that one, but we'll try to set this one the same way. I think I did pretty good getting the 1 stick in there, so if we get 2 in there, we're doing real good. Yeah, that definitely ain't in there. I'm pretty sure I got that one backwards. Let's try that again. Nope, I had it right. I can't see where the slots are because I ain't looking down on it. I'm looking up at it, so. Ooh. I'm going to flip this over for a minute. I need to see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's not even close to lined up. First and third slot. That's probably not the right thing to do either. I guess I'm going to need a VGA cable too. So we got memory in it. We have a hard drive in it. Let's close it up. Oh, what's holding us from closing? Maybe them cables there. There we go. We shut the door on it. All right. Yeah, they were definitely picky about hardware. You're right. We're going to see if it'll work with this memory, though. We got 2 USBs here and a power cord. We're going to need a VGA cable. Luckily, I've got just enough USB ports for our mouse and our keyboard. We're going to see if it'll even work with this monitor. This monitor is way newer than this setup is, so that's going to be interesting in itself, right? Will it even work with it? And I got to find a VGA cable. I thought I had a VGA cable hooked up to one of these. I do. My old monitor. Ha ha ha. Let me get it unscrewed here. I can probably flip this one over and I'll get the VGA cable out of it. It's my old HP monitor that we used to use for the test. It would probably be better to test with this Mac, to be honest with you. Because I'm pretty sure the G4 had the old bubble screen on it too. So this is what we're doing now. We'll put the old VGA monitor on it. And we'll see if we can screw it in here. That'd be good. Because it doesn't seem to fit on there extremely tight or snug. So we want to make sure that we get good contact here to give it the best chance of making signal. And once we plug this thing in and power it up, we'll know on a Mac if it's not happy with the memory, because it will tell you. Mac has no shame in doing that. I even know that from the old G5s. I used to have G5s too. I've definitely spent my time on Macs. I've worked on a few of them, MacBooks and G5s. Yeah, I mostly mess with PCs. You guys know that. So you don't find me messing with these Macs too much. Well, here goes nothing. It might go pop, boom, bang, smoke. I don't know what it's going to do. But we got a power cord plugged in. We got a keyboard, a mouse, and we got dust forever on this thing. Probably been smart to blow it out in the shop, huh? Where's the power button? Well, it does nothing. Well, there it goes. Ooh. We got the chime. Did you hear it? No way. Did we just get the chime? The chime is a good sign, right? Man, those fans sound atrocious, though. Let's see if it lights the keyboard. There it goes. You guys won't believe this crap. It not only lit up, it's loading into an OS. Holy cow. Well, look at that. It works. You can't make this up. Holy crap. All right, let me get you off here a minute. I'm just going to try to show you the screen. The clock is off on it, obviously. This thing has literally been a stand for the lighthouse for my VR. So it's literally been a stand for the lighthouse for my VR for God knows how long, okay? I pulled this thing out of the corner, took my VR lighthouse because I'm not going to need it no more because I'm going to switch to the my newer Quest instead of using the old CV1. But check this out. We got the short USB cable, so just work with me. This is our Mac G4, and if you look right there, oh, don't bump the VGA cable because I'm telling you, it's picky. See, look at it. It gets all discombobulated and stupid, but if you look right there, that's Mac working. System preferences, Safari. Can we plug Ethernet into this thing, you think? Will it even still work? I don't know. All right. I bet we can shove them other 2 sticks of memory in it, though. That was the happy chime. I mean, when you get that chime on the Macs, that is the happy chime. I cannot believe this thing is working, guys and gals. I can't. We know it's got a 60 gig hard drive in it. So that's cool. Let's just hook an Ethernet cable up to it. Why not? We got it running, right? Let's put Ethernet cable to it, see if we can get it online. I'll tell you what, though, that graphics card is none too happy. Oh, yeah, it fits Ethernet. Oh, if you bump it, it just turns colors on the monitor. And it ain't the cable, it's the card. Let's try to get it a little bit tighter here. See what I'm doing. Just going to tighten on it a little bit more. Maybe it just ain't tight enough and it's kind of jogging around on there. So, yeah, that's much better now. So we have, I hooked it to the Ethernet. Well, that's our monitor. Hey, let's try it at 1920 by 1080. Will that work? Or did we just lose our whole... It works. Check that out. Okay, maybe we'll set the clock. I don't know. System preferences. You believe we could put 1920 by 1080 on this old Mac? I'm trying to look how we can see what we got on here. Who cares about that? Oh, it made a noise. All right, Safari can't open the page, it says. So that's probably no good. That's no bueno. I don't think that's going to work anymore. Let's go back to the other resolution. It worked better on it. Maybe it'll let us Google search something, right? I wish I could put my capture card on here. Let's just Google. We'll see if it loads it. It says Safari can't identify the website of google.com. So we got nothing on our search right here. That come up blank. Well, I'd like to see the about me or whatever from this thing. So let's quit Safari and let's see if we can go here. And there's a way to do this, and I'm going to remember it in just a second here. About this Mac right there. All right, so we have a dual 867 megahertz PowerPC G4 with 1 gigabyte of DDR SD RAM in it. I'll do the more info, see what you can see over here. I wish I could drag you farther, but our USB is going to come unplugged and we're not going to have a camera. But we can do this. Oh, check that out. Now we're rolling. All right, so we got a Power Mac G4, PowerPC G4 2.1. It's got dual CPUs in it, by the way. So this is a dual CPU unit right here. Maybe they did that with all the G4s. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys know. What a really cool computer, though. Honestly. Well, let's go back to the About Me. What OS X are we running here? I don't know. Safari's way out of date, so there's no way that that's possibly going to work anymore. Oh, more. We're running version 10.3.9. So what is that, like Lion? I don't know. You guys tell me. I just can't believe it's working. I can't. Is the internet hooked up? It says internal open internet connection. Let's close some of the other stuff. It's not picking up the Ethernet. So that's kind of odd. Does it have Wi-Fi though? It doesn't look like it does. It's got an internal modem. I thought it had a Wi-Fi card in it, but that's probably for something else. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to get it on the internet. I don't believe that's going to happen. I would like to, but it doesn't appear that it's going to work that way. So we're going to quit all that stuff real quick, and I'm going to get back here. There's our modem. Maybe the modem's bad, or maybe it don't like the Ethernet cable or don't recognize it. I don't know. I just know that it's not working, so we don't have Ethernet. That's too bad, because I would kind of like to see what we got going on with it. You know what I mean? If we had the Ethernet there, I'd kind of like to see what we got going on. But I am kind of excited. I'm excited enough that I'm going to shut this off and put the other 2 sticks of RAM in it. And you're looking at my hand because I'm putting it back on the tripod. And then I'm going to drop the tripod on the floor. And then you guys are going to tumble. And then the camera's going to come unplugged. And then you're going to hear me bitching behind the scenes again because our camera isn't working. So the Pixar light is shining on you. So you got a lot more light in the background. Going to brighten things up a little bit, make it for a better stream tonight. But we started off good with the Mac G4. I'm going to shut it down so we can put some more memory in it and see if that works. The fans kind of got better after it's ran for a minute. They're not super quiet, but they're better, right? Yeah, it's not going to decode the internet no more, is it? It's definitely not going to decode the internet no more. It's just changed too much. You're exactly right. We could hook DVI to this too. So being that this has a DVI slot, I would say it probably is capable of running 1920 by 1080. So it may be capable of a 1080 resolution. but it was never meant to run on this new of a monitor. I mean, this is literally a curved screen monitor, so it definitely wasn't meant to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is get us some glass cleaner and some shop towels, and we're going to get some of this dust off. So I like to unplug them before I start spraying liquid on them. Just let's see how she cleans up. I mean, how's she going to look? What year did the Mac G4 come out? Anyone want to Google that? See the first fastest one to Google it. So what year did the Mac G4 come out? Googleize it. We'll see who's fastest to answer it tonight. Put it in the chat. We're going to play games like this to get the chat going good. Nope, I'm just kidding. We're not going to play stupid games. Oh, man, she's got some dust on her. What a beautiful case, though. I'm not kidding you guys. What a beautiful case. Absolutely beautiful. Why can't we go back to cases like this, right? Why did Mac go away from these beautiful cases? I'm betting if I scrubbed on this bad boy, I could get her looking really good. Let's put some August of 1999. Holy crap. Wow. August of 1999. That is probably older than some of my viewers are. That's insane, right? So SimSation wins it for the old hardware today. That's a fact. I got something that predates most everybody's streams. Well, definitely it predates the internet. This thing predates DSL even. So it must not though predate it because it does have an Ethernet port. But yeah, it can drink. You're right, Chris. It's old enough to drink. Oh, man. I love doing these live streams. I'm not kidding you. Mostly, I think this was the idea tonight. I mean, you guys, some of you might think differently. There's probably some people disconnected. They didn't even know what contraption I had out or what they were looking at probably. But this is an Apple Mac G4, and she is an absolute beast. It's beautiful. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about this case right here. It's got a little chrome or something coming off the front. That's a sticker on it. What? You tell me this case is in this good a shape, guys? No. It's even got a headlight on it. You could drive it at nighttime. That is so awesome. Oh, there we go. Oh. Is that plastic just coming off? You got to be kidding me. This still has the protective plastic over the drive bays from when it was new. I kid you not. That's what that is. I was wondering what peeled off in that little piece. Oh, we can get more of this off. These things are going to look like brand new. And I'm not a kidding. Maybe not. I think they were on there too many years, so that glue is going to be hard to get off there. But it's coming off with the glass cleaner. Just got to work on it a little bit. Scrub it back and forth. I'll show you what I'm doing before I get rid of all of it. So if you look down here on the front of this thing, I'm going to turn you down again and back you up a little bit and then turn you down. Right here on the front where the chrome is, there is the original stickers from when this thing was new. So if I can get this bottom one loose, I'll show you that there's a little bit of the glue right there still. So that's what I was scrubbing off when I was over there saying I'm scrubbing the glue off. That's what I'm scrubbing off right there. And when you get that off, you peel that plastic off and get the glue off. Well, let me wipe some of the other spray off of here because we got plenty of it on there, right? So when you get that glue off, that thing just looks brand spanking new. It'd take you right back to 1999 when it was sitting on the shelf at the Mac store, right? Yeah, that chrome and you know it'd be awesome to do with this case, right? put a modern build in it. What do you think about that? Not just put a modern build, but turn it into a Hackintosh. Wouldn't it be cool for me to fire this thing up and it pulls up the latest edition of Apple's operating system? And we do it on a G4? I'm betting we could make a killer computer out of this thing. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. And why dual boot it? Why dual boot it Hackintosh and Windows when we can triple boot it and put Linux on it too? Let me know in the chat if you would like to see something like that, because I have the shop and I am not afraid to get out there and get the modifying and cutting until we can build something modern with this. I'm really not. What is the little latch light in the back thing? What happens when I pull that out? Probably something inside just fell apart. No, I don't know what happens when you pull it out of there. I'm going to get my razor blade, though, so I can ruin the front of this beautiful case. Because that's brilliant, right? All I'm trying to do is that right there. I just want to lift that a little bit so we can get that going enough to peel this plastic off. And that's all I want. And we're going to have a brand new 1999 Mac G4. Boom. There it is. She is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We won. Look at that. We got a brand new Apple G4. I don't know that it's shut down on the modern hardware yet. I'll have to check on that. I think there still might be a way to do it. I can't remember. I was in a group with a Facebook group about that because, believe it or not, I may have built 1 or 10 or 20 or 50 of them at one time, but I don't know nothing about it. But I know a guy. Let's just say I know a guy that built a bunch of them, and I think I just seen something not too long ago where they had it working on modern. I want to say it was a Ryzen system the guy had that he put it on, but I don't know. I know that Apple went back to using proprietary stuff and using their own hardware again. So I guess they're doing their own, or for the first time, because they didn't build the processors for this. This is a Power PC. The early models of these were Power PCs. All the way up to G5 was a Power PC. So after the G5, we went to the Intel PCs, and then they went away from that, 2 or 3 years ago, probably been longer than that now, honestly. But I don't know if they shut it down or not. But here is our Mac G4. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and put the other 2 sticks of memory in it. If it works good, why not, right? And it's easy to do, and let's not knock it off of here because that would suck. We got 2 more sticks here. They obviously work in it. So let's just put them in here, and this ought to give us, if we had 1 gig of RAM in it with 2 sticks, then we should have 2 gigs of RAM in it with 4 sticks. And then I'll find the other RAM and we'll put 4 gigs in it, or 8 gigs, or whatever we can stuff in this thing, right? I don't know that I'll do anything with it. In this configuration, we may be able to find a version of Linux that'll run on it and give it something modern. Look at the old battery. Do you see that thing? That's the motherboard battery right there. That round thing right there that looks like it's about to explode my face. That's what that is. Hopefully it don't. That would suck, right? All right, so let's see if we get the happy chime now. Virtual machine from what Google says, but the older OSs, yeah. Yeah, I think that we probably could make make something for it. I think we might be able to get it working. I think you're right. I don't know that there's not a lightweight Linux that wouldn't go on it. I really don't. It would be nice though if that modem worked. I don't know if that's a problem with the modem because it has an Ethernet port on it, so it should support Ethernet. But maybe older protocols. I don't know. Some of you guys and gals watching might know more about that than I do. So I don't know if it's like different protocols or what, and I don't know what's going on with my camera. There we go. I don't know if there's like different cable from back in the day or, well, I know it's obviously different because the architecture changed and the speeds change and everything like that. So you know it's different there. My Pixar Lite works wonderful, by the way. That thing it's the best. It's awesome. All right, let's fire this loud thing up one more time here. Whoa, listen to that chime. Is that not crazy? That thing's got one hell of a chime to it. So I hope you're happy with my Apple Mac G4 tonight. It's going to light up with the 2 gigs of RAM in it. We got the happy chime, and I'm watching things starting to glow over here. And glow, I mean, it's glowing more than I am, literally. How could I be so excited about this old computer? We don't have anything displaying on our screen this time, though. There it goes. It takes it a minute. It's old. It's like me. It's like when I say a stream's going to start at 7, it might start at 7:15, 7:30, because I'm trying to get my stuff working because I'm old. And this computer is the same way. It don't want to light up quickly because it's old. This Mac is old. All right, so we will need a motherboard battery for this if we want to mess with it anymore. But, I mean, who would want to see me do a build out of it? Do you think that's something that would do good on the channel? Maybe we start modifying this because we're getting into fall, so the weather's going to start cooling off here in Central Florida a little bit pretty soon, and it's more comfortable to work in the shop then. And I'll have the Cat 6 cable ran, and I'm going to put a streaming computer out there so we can do some live streams out in the shop. I see Chris had a sleeper for sure, but I'll have to have some motivation on this one. I'll have to have motivation. What else are we going to mess with? I'd love to show you what I bought today, but I can't because I decided I'm going to use that for a complete computer build for Tuesday night video. I do too, and I believe we got the room in the case. I think I would have to gut the thing. I'm going to open it up and we're going to take a look at it and just kind of look at it from a standpoint of, I don't know, fabricating a little bit. We'll look at it as from the standpoint of fabricating and just use our imagination some. But I think we can. I mean, we got regular I/O shields in the back, right? But not a regular I/O shield to fit the. I'll unplug it and shut it off, and we'll turn it around, and you can see the back of it, so you can see what I'm talking about. We got the places for a graphics card to go up there. There's obviously a place for a motherboard to go. But I think that I'll just gut it, and we'll probably have to cut the back out to put an I/O shield in it. But you know I have the I/O mesh stuff, right? So we could use it if we needed to, but I think we can do a metal I/O shield, honestly. I think we can make it look good. I don't have any doubt about that, but I want to maintain as much of the stock look as I can. So I'm just going to shut this thing off right here and unplug it. And we're going to take a look at it real quick. And we're just going to go over it a little bit. So we're going to go over the build a little bit. We're going to see what we need to do, how easy, how hard it might be to do a sleeper build in it. I'm pretty sure it would be one of the coolest cases on YouTube to do that, right? I don't know that there would be a cooler case to do it with than this one. It's got a little bit of Velcro there. Maybe we can peel that off. No, maybe it'll fall off there. I don't know. It fell off. So what did they have Velcro there for? Did they Velcro their headphones or something to it? Who knows? I don't think my camera locked up. Looks like I'm still running my mouth on it. Let's flip it around here. Two things. Gosh, the front of that thing. This case is just gorgeous. It is. I mean, I can't make it up. So let's crank you down here first. Well, that's up. Let's go down. So I'm gonna shorten you up a little bit, and then I'm gonna flip you down like this. And then you're gonna be able to see the back of this case, right? So you can see where the I/O ports are over here. And then up here, of course, where your graphics card and stuff is. So those slots up there, those look like pretty normal size slots, honestly. I don't think that we're going to have a problem making the back of this work. You open it up this way, and your motherboard is basically sitting right here. So when you open it up, your main board is basically just sitting literally. And we got stuff falling off. I'm probably going to knock my box of screws off again. That's really going to piss me off. There's the processor on this thing. Wow, she's warm. So here's how it's laid out. That our I/O shield and everything is on the door of this, right? And then in here you have drive bays. That DVD drives, obviously. Is there a DVD drive in it? Yeah, probably a CD drive, but there's our power supply up there. So that's one thing that's different. I think this might be a BTX, honestly. But Mac is so proprietary that there's room for a power supply, though. There's plenty of room to build a modern PC in it, honestly. And we got this thing, and it's going to have plenty of room in it. And we could even mount the motherboard on the door, kind of like they did it here, because we'll just run our cabling into the power supply wherever we decide to put it. And with an NVMe drive, we don't need any of the hard drive bays anymore, right? So we just need to make sure we have a place that we can keep the power supply cool. So we're going to need one of the vented part of the cases, like in the back or something. But I'm pretty sure that we could mount a motherboard right here, just like this one is, with the I/O coming out the back. And we'll just mount it upside down so our PCI Express slots are down here for the graphics card. And you know that we can definitely do something with the power pins on it. We can definitely rewire that and make it work for it, right? What's going on, Stray Dog Tech? You're looking at a Mac G4. And apparently it's from August of 1999. And it works. Yeah, you could definitely do an ITX, but I'm pretty sure I could do an ATX in it too. I mean, I don't think I have to go down to an ITX build on this one. It's not going to retain the stock power supply. We obviously don't need the DVD drive bays anymore, the hard drive bay. All that stuff can come out of here. And there's just room. I mean, there's room for activities on this one. But I see one problem right here. So I'm going to show you this. And this comes, whether you want to look at it from a fabricator's point of view or what, this is a problem. So if you look right here, all right, where my hand is, this jogs. So that motherboard is in a L shape here. It goes in an L shape for that corner. Your regular boards don't do that. So we may have to use an ITX setup like Chris suggested, because I can run an extension to run the graphics cards on a PCI Express extension and still run them out down here. So you're right about that one, buddy. I may be able to get away with a micro ATX setup too. I mean, that's a possibility, right? I don't know. There's several possibilities, and I mean, maybe we just look at getting, a modern browser or something to work on this thing, and whether it run Linux or anything like that, because kind of part of me don't want to cut the old Mac up, if you know what I mean. You got an old Mac G4 like this, this thing's got to have, it's probably got some kind of value somewhere. I don't know. They sell them for what? They sell these G4s for $2,500. Well, I know what we're doing with this one. I am perplexed because you just made me perplexed. We're going to have to get on eBay on my computer and look this crap up in a minute. You know how much it would cost you to ship one of these? This thing is not light. 2,500. Oh, 250 to 350. I'm sorry. The heart on my phone was over the way. I couldn't read it. So 250 to 350. I think I'll keep it for that, honestly. Sorry about that. 250. Yeah, some of the old hardware gets crazy. I think DDR RAM, the DDR1 is probably up in price now because everybody is getting into doing old nostalgic builds. And I guess that's been going on for a few years now. I can do any build I want to because I have, product. Hey, you know what? You guys want to see a Pentium 4? Maybe we'll do that next. So let's get this one shut. I don't know that I want to cut it up. And hear me out on this. We know that it's a 1999 and it still works, right? So I've had the thing. I don't know how many years I had it, and I can't even remember where I picked it up from. We're going to put you guys back up to height where you're not so vertically challenged again. I got a little crank on my tripod, so I just I can crank you up and down, right? But here's what I'm thinking on it. I'm thinking that I don't really want to junk it or modify it because it actually works and it's still got all of its guts and components in it. Will I ever know what I can do with it? Probably not. It would be nice to get it on the internet, but I think to do that, I'm going to have to figure out a modern Linux or some way to make it modern where it'll work on the internet nowadays. A sleeper VCR would definitely work. ITX boards. Chris is right on that. They give you the flexibility to be able to do that. So that's our Mac Apple G4. And this was the introduction. You may see this on another video. If I figure out, when I do some research, if I figure out how to make it work today, where we can actually do something and maybe play a couple of games on it and stuff from, back in the day, we'll do it. I mean, I'm not scared of that. Or maybe run some old Linux games or something on it. I'm just not scared to do that. So I would kind of like to keep it more for that purpose and keep it original than I would junking it. And we'll use a different hard drive because I want to keep the current operating system that's on it. I think it's really cool that not just that it works, but it works with its own operating system. I mean, that's probably what this unit shipped with. Who am I to know any different, right? That could be what it even shipped with here. So I don't want to trash it out. I'm going to put this one to the side, and I have a old Dell down here that I believe is a Pentium 4. And I just feel like messing with the old stuff, okay? You know what, though? That Pentium 4 don't have a graphics card slot. So we're not even going to be able to get that thing on. Let's do some motherboard testing. What the hell? I don't feel like doing that. So let's get some motherboards out or something. We'll just do something else real quick. Yes, I did. That Mac was a that wasn't a Power PC. That was a dual Intel LGA 1366. That was the cheese grater Mac. That's the Mac everybody loved. It had dual. Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy? It had dual. I put 56 Xeon X 5675s in mine, and I actually use that to stream on YouTube our iRacing races. Damn, why did I have to bring that up? Oh my gosh, I was on iRacing last night and they did this big update. So they changed the entire UI inside the car. And on my VR, they made the letters so small that an old guy couldn't even see the names or the car numbers. I couldn't make it out. And then I went into the settings to blow up the UI, and it wouldn't go up. So I wanted to see if it would turn down. And I made it so small that I couldn't see how to reset it back to what the other one was. So I had a terrible experience after our iRacing update, and I was angry. And then when I was in the race later, everyone in there was cussing about this UI update. So I'm not sure if we're going to get a different update that blows things up for us old guys to be able to see, because you know how that is with getting old. You get glasses, right? And without the glasses, I'm not blind, but my sight's just not as good as it used to be. So that's it. Let's do something else, though. I'm burnt out on the G4 already. I love it, but I'm burnt out on it. We got to figure out something else to do with that thing. Oh, I ain't messed with none of my HTPCs in a while either. I don't remember where I left off on them because I don't even have a work in one of my living room no more, and I need to figure that out. That's because I haven't messed with it. I'll tell you what I've been working on my boat. I've been working on my boat a lot. So I rebuilt the carburetors on it. I got it running good now. I'm doing some electrical work and cleaning it back up, and I'm about ready to start doing some fishing again. You get old, and that's what you do. You go through a point in life where you raise your kids and you quit doing that stuff. But I boated when my kids were young too. But you get to where you're not messing with that stuff as much anymore, and I kind of want to get back into it. So just kind of reading the chat and seeing what's going on. I'm debating in my head what we're going to do next, right? That's what I'm actually doing. I've got motherboards I can throw up here and we can play around with, or I've got the G4, or maybe one of my HTPCs, or my Alienware Aurora R1. I haven't messed with that in a while. It needs to come up here and probably get booted up. And I think I put a 1080 Ti in that, actually. Remember that 1080 Ti I have? I think that's in my Alienware now. I don't want to mess with that, though. Let's mess with something else. I don't know what we're going to... Let's see which one of these I'm going to use for HTPC. Let's do that. Oh, that one's got stuff rattling around. This is actually the HP Pro Desk that I bought. So I didn't actually pay for it. I traded for it. But that is the Pro Desk. So we're not going to use are we going to use the do we got? Why they didn't put no damn, I guess we got to use the VGA. I don't want to do that. We'll use an adapter Rooney and use the HDMI. I don't want to use if we use the adapter, then we don't have to, we can run it on the capture card. So if we got HDMI, I can run it on the capture card. So let's go ahead and plug the power in first. That way we can short everything out, because that's perfect. I don't know if I have a hard drive in this or what. I can't remember if I built it on a YouTube channel or I didn't on the YouTube channel videos. I know I did one of these, but I don't think I did this one. So it may not even have any guts in it. There might not be no parts in it, is what I'm going to warn you now. But that's what we're going to find out, right? We're going to flip the cover off of it, get the HDMI cable hooked up, and let's see what she does. I don't know. It's just been sitting down there. So I started the build because I wanted to do an HTPC. I don't even know what motherboard's in it. It has one in it. Looks like it's got the stock board in it. It's got 3 memory sticks in it. There's even a Samsung hard drive in it, so maybe I did build it. I don't know. Let's fire it up. Where's the power button? Well, that's not good. It did something. Let's see if it lights up now. Oh, you ain't even been able to see it the whole time, have you? There you go. Oh, it's lighting up. So there's my HP Pro Desk. Well, I think it's lighting up, but I damn sure don't see anything on the screen. The keyboard and mouse is lit up. I don't know, maybe it likes the memory that's in it. Maybe I got another 4 gig stick. I don't even know how much is in here. Looks like I robbed some parts out of it, though. I'm surprised it has a hard drive in it, to be honest with you. But something's not working. I don't know if it's my display adapter or what. It's lighting the screen up, but we don't see anything on it. I don't know, is the capture card even on? Oh, no. That's probably the problem. Let me turn the capture card on real quick. I didn't have none of that opened up, so let's click capture. I don't know if it's going to stay black screen or what, or if we're going to get it to work. Looks like it's going to stay black screen for now. We might do a restart on it to see if we can get it fired up, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it don't like our DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. Or maybe it didn't like the fact that we booted it up and it didn't have a display output. So let's try it again. Plug that in, find our power button, and it'll take off. It looks like it likes the memory and stuff because it's lighting the keyboard and mouse up. So let's check it out and see what we get here. Let's see if we can get a display on it. You'll be able to see it on the YouTube just like me. If it's going to display, you'll be able to see it. If I had a low profile graphics card, I could put it in here and then we could just plug the straight HDMI in and I know it would work. But I think the problem we're having here is the adapter. Some of these things don't like these adapters. Some of them do, some of them don't. I mean, they're picky as hell when it comes to these things. And this one just doesn't like it. We'll go into another slot. And it doesn't like the adapter. I mean, that's what it is. It's the adapter doing it. That's why this won't make a good HD PC unless it has a graphics card into it. You know what I would like to put into one of these, whether it be this one or another one? The low profile 3050, I think would be a perfect card for an HD PC. Tell me what you think about that. I think a low profile 3050 would be the best. Yeah, you'll like the capture card. The Elgato works real good for me. I don't have a lot of problems out of it, and it's not the capture card causing the issue with this. It's the onboard graphics, I can tell you that. The HPs, the Pro Desk like these and stuff are real picky on it, and it's better if you have a low profile graphics card to put in it. But I have another one of those units too, and I'm going to try to find it real quick. It ain't one of those little HPs. It's right here. This one we did build on the channel, and then I set it to the side, and I never done anything with it. This was the Whatnot PC. So this is the PC originally bought off of Whatnot. And I think I did put my low profile graphics card. That's the Byte Speed. So this one is probably set up with a hard drive in it. So we're going to find out real quick. Oh, no, that won't come off. We'll just plug stuff into it. That's probably why I ain't got nothing stolen out of it. It probably don't have anything stolen out of it because I bolted the thing down on it. All right, let's get our stuff hooked up. These should boot. I mean, I built this on the channel. It's been a little while ago now, but it should boot. Where's our capture card? I need to turn one of these into my HTPC. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. Where's the power button at? All right, let's see what we get here. I heard a beep. That's got to be a good sound, right? It certainly wasn't as loud as the chime we got out of that G4. There we go. Oh, don't worry, my OBS is jacked up. This thing's beeping like crazy now, and I don't see nothing. Failed to boot. Well, that can't be good. That means maybe I did steal the graphics card out of it. Oh, no, you know what that is? Did we put Linux on this? We must have put Linux on this thing. Huh. We did. I didn't realize that. You see what happens? You do so many computers and you forget what you built, right? So what hardware do we have in here? Probably some of you will know better than I do. I think we find it in the settings on this, if I ain't mistaken. I think there's something that says about. We have an Intel Core i5-750 CPU, 16 gigs of memory, and 128 gig hard drive. This has Zorn OS 17.3 Pro, 64-bit Wayland. And we have a graphics card in it, and I can't remember what it is. It just says NV106, so I think I can fix the display too, so you can see the full desktop. I'm going to do that real fast and break everything, so because probably some of you are getting tired like me. But we have a working unit there. I think what I can do is we'll click on this one. No. Click on that one and we'll just make it full screen. There we go. That works better, right? Maybe we'll click on this one, make it, a little bit smaller here. I don't know. Hopefully you see that better. Hopefully you can see the full screen on the thing. Updated software is available for this computer. So do we update the software? What do you guys think? If you have any questions, Stray Dog Tech, when you get the capture card, I can probably help you some on it. It's pretty straightforward. The biggest thing I have a problem with is I use a GoPro camera, and I'm constantly fighting a dang GoPro with the OBS. But it's not the OBS that's causing it, I found out. It's the software for the GoPro camera. They don't make a good Windows software anymore, so you have to use an old software for it, and it just works like complete crap. So there you go. But we got a full screen now, so you can see the updater for that. This was a good build that I had going, but I think it's a little too old school on the CPU and stuff to use it for, static, watch out for that. I think it's just a little too old school to use it as a HTPC. I think I'd want to do something newer for that. For obvious details, obvious reasons, but I think I might want to do maybe even a later Ryzen. Maybe a later Ryzen build and probably use the low profile 3050. I think it would be the absolute best option for a HTPC. If you're going to use like a low profile case like the Bytespeed, I really like this case. I'm going to pull the lid off of it. And maybe it'll jog some memories for me and you both. But I'm going to go ahead and get these screws out, and we're going to pop the top on it. It had some denting in it from the guy got pissed off because I paid $23 for it. I remember when I bought it. But this is the one that had the 6th gen Intel in it. So it had, I think it was a 6700K, actually. I took the motherboard and processor out of it and built a gaming computer and sold it. Is exactly what I did. So there it is. There's the setup and the build right there. Mismatched 16 gigs of RAM works fine in it. Nice and quiet build on the old Intel motherboard here. i5 750, so you're not breaking the bank there. We could get a Xeon processor probably that's equivalent to an i7 pretty cheap, or even the i7 for it pretty cheap, and put in it, but what's the sense in it, right? We have a working unit here. This case is really set up perfect for doing like an HTPC because you have your Blu-ray options here. You got halfway decent cooling in it, good power supply. So these were a pretty decent build. I know that they sold them a lot to schools, believe it or not, and I think that's where this one come from when it had the. I think this was a victim of Windows, Microsoft doing the into Windows 10 because it wouldn't natively upgrade to Windows 11. So the schools started dumping all this hardware, and I'm pretty sure that's where this come from. And I think that's where that company on Why Not was buying them from. The same company that I got this from, believe it or not, on Why Not got banned. So that company's not selling them no more. So I don't know what they were doing, whether they were ripping people off or what. They didn't rip me off. I paid $23 for it, pulled the motherboard, the motherboard and processor out of it, put it in a gaming PC, and made more than my money back on that one. So to catch up on the gaming PCs, the Leon Lee that I built is sold. It sold yesterday. The big Corsair Cube case, it's actually sold too. I sold it last weekend. So we are down on, I don't even have one for sale right now on Marketplace. I'll be honest with you, Stray Dog Tech, I'm going to look for camcorders to use for this. I'm going to look for camcorders because I really don't like the GoPro. I like it fine for recording videos, but live streams, it absolutely sucks. And I don't know how many people live stream with their GoPro. Patrick, I'm on here Thursdays usually. Tuesday night videos drop at 6 p.m. They're not a live stream. They're usually they're an uploaded video. So Thursdays, I've been moving the times around. I kind of like the 9 o'clock time slot now, so I'm going to stick with it. If you were here earlier, the main reason we did it was for the Mac G4, and we actually got it to boot. I'm just doing the software updater on this Linux install right now. And I'm kind of killing time and chatting. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to answer them. When I'm not doing anything, now's the time to ask them, and I can answer them for you. Yeah, we can, Stray Dog Tech, I don't have any problem giving you my phone number, and we can hook up on Discord too. A lot of you probably don't know when you tune into these things. Some of you do, some of you have paid attention. You know I do iRacing. I actually have owned a league on iRacing for a long time, and we are starting our 16th season of racing. That's right, 16th season. So we've been going at it a long time on there. I own the league, and I have the Discord server too. So I can probably put a link to our Discord in here. So let me see if I can do that real quick. Yeah, I don't really want to sign into the admin on the website. There's the website. So I'll go to it and I'll get the link. Oh, Privacy Badger, replace this Discord widget. What's that? Well, I can give you a link to the website to connect you to the Discord. That's the best way to do it. Let's go back to the live stream. All right, so if you go to that website, that's for my race league. If you go down to the bottom of the page, you're going to see a connect to Discord. And that's how you can catch me on Discord the most. Yeah, I hope they do too, Chris. We actually booted up a Apple G4. I mean, how many other live streams did that tonight? And the first time we did it, what did we get? The happy chime, right? So I'm with you. I don't know why we don't have more than, we got 3 likes now. We should get some likes on it for sure. And we got a Linux doing updates right now. I mean, you can't beat that. Come on now. Oh, the link was fast. It's because I sat down on the computer. Now, I had a terrible night on iRacing. I really did last night. I got taken out on lap 3, but it was a recruitment race for our league, and I don't even know why we're doing those. Because honestly, we have enough guys that come in every week. We don't need to. You did. Now we're getting the likes that come in. We got 2 more. I think with 8 people watching, we should have 8 likes, right? I don't know. I don't know if there's 8 or 10 or how many people are watching. One thing says 8, the other says 10. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's 8. I'm gonna go with that. So hit the like if you like the fact that we made the Mac G4 chime on the first try. You know what else I got? I'm gonna do this before this stream's over. All right, replace changes to that. Let's go figure out what this thing wants real quick, and we're gonna get out a different Mac. Oh, you can't stop winning tonight. We're gonna see if we can make it happy chime. I have a different one too. Oh, what do we want to do? I guess we're just going to keep it. I'm not going to replace anything. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Why do they want me to fix something that's not broke? And I wonder why the guy asked me if I do this a lot. I don't know. I mean, I do it every Thursday, right? Every Thursday we have some kind of live stream. Tuesday's just regular videos. Yeah, if it's got a laptop power supply, you're probably not going to have much luck on the i7 2700 because the wattage on the power supply is not going to be enough to handle the juice that the i7 2700 wants. I remember using those processors, and they are power hungry. They definitely are. That Pixar light kicks ass. I'm not kidding you guys. I love that thing over there. So what do you guys think of the new lighting? I need a light just for the lighting. It's better than a studio, right? Honestly, just look how bright it is. It just lit my world up. I'm glowing in the dark, people. I'm literally glowing in the dark. All right, Stray Dog. I should get a notification that you joined it. I think I just got it, actually. Yep, Stray Dog 903. You made it. I see it. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people in that Discord, but you'll catch me in there in the main lobby. And I need to let this finish updating, but I really want to get the Mac Mini up here. It's a 2009 Mac Mini. That's what it is. And the last time I tried it, it worked, but I don't know what operating system I have on it, or if I deleted the operating system, maybe I pulled the hard drive out. I don't know. It might not even give us the happy chime. I don't know. Yeah, I do, Patrick. I'm in Central Florida, actually. It's 10:20 p.m. here right now. I'm definitely in Florida. Allegedly. Some of my operation failed, I guess. I don't know. We may or may not have got updates done on this thing. I don't know. But here is our, let's just say this is the start of my HTPC build. But it's definitely not where it's headed. The operating system, probably so. I think it'll work just fine with still work. I'm not that old yet, Stray Dog Tech. Not too many more years to go, though. Let's just face it. All right. I'm going to let this thing shut down. If it shuts down, I don't know. Maybe we should cut that zip tie off. We don't need that thing hanging around. It's just zip tying a couple cables there, and it's taken off a long time to shut down, so let's maybe help it out. Shut it down quicker, because I want to get my Mac Mini up here. I'm excited about that. Not really. I don't know if I can hook the capture card to it. Oh, you're in Orange Park. That's cool. That's not real far from where I'm at, actually. I'm actually near Lakeland. So kind of west central Florida, right? But I have been through Orange Park a time or two. You might have been through Lakeland a time or two. All right. We're just going to get the top back on this thing. That's how you keep from stealing hardware out of it. Get the screws in it to kind of lock it down right. I think you're going to like the next build I do for the Tuesday night. Network storage, good idea. Yeah, I'm glad you found the channel, Patrick. That's really cool. It's really cool to have somebody close by watching. Makes it easier to run into people that way, and you know, maybe I got a build that you need, or you got something I need, right? Then we ain't got to ship, and it don't cost a fortune, and I don't know, just makes things more gooder, more better, I guess. I don't know. I'm getting my Mac Mini out now. We took that thing off there, and we're getting to the next thing. I got monitor stuff in the way. Oh. Uh-oh. We got some stupid little adapter on this one that we have to get hook our graphics card up. And I'll be a sumbitch if I don't know. I can't figure out where it's at. I think it's called a mini DVI is what it is, I believe, on this one. And we won't get a display without it. That is a fact. I've been down that road a time or two. I think I ordered the one that I have for it now, but I currently don't know where the one I have for it is at. Dang it. I really don't want to pull Tuesday's video project out. Because let's just say I bought something for a PC that I've never used before. No, that's not exactly true. Let's say that I bought something that I've never used from a certain manufacturer before. That's better. That's the better way to put it. So I bought something. Oh, what do you guys think of this stuff? Should we put this inside our custom PC that we're doing out in the shop? I think I got, what is that, like 20 feet of this? Yeah, we got 20 feet. So maybe we can wrap this all inside of the custom PC I'm building in the shop that I'm putting a glass side on. That one I did cut out a new mesh cover for the front, but I haven't went any farther than that. Oh man, I hate to hear that. Hopefully you're doing better now, buddy. That's definitely something we have to watch out for, especially when we start getting up there in age. I need to take better care of myself in that department, probably. Yeah, it's bad, but I know it happens. I actually lost one of my best friends about 2 years ago now, and he had a massive heart attack at work, and that is a true story. And he was 48 years old. So rest in peace to my good friend. We grew up together, so we were friends from when we were kids here, and it's just a hard thing to go through, especially when you're that young. And 54's, 53, 54 still young to have a heart attack. Thankfully, I'm in pretty decent health, so, but I need to take care of myself better too. I mean, that's I can tell you guys and gals, it's like preaching to the choir, right? So I don't forget also that today is 9/11. So you'll never forget the people we lost on that day in 2001. And my heart's still with their families, the families of, the survivors of the victims of that. And that's just part of being an American, right? So always on our. Yeah, you're not boring me, man. I mean, I hate it. I hate to see, anybody going through health problems, honestly. It's definitely tough, and you're too young for it. At 54, you're too young for it, man. I hate it for you. I wish I had a magic wand and could fix everything and make everything better, but unfortunately I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm not that kind of good. If it were a computer, I could probably fix it. If it were an outboard motor, I might be able to fix it. If it were a car, I might be able to fix it. But there you go. 44 pounds down is, if you mean to lose 44 pounds, that's awesome. But if you lose it and don't mean to, that might not be the greatest thing. I'm about the same weight. I'm the same fat that I've been for the last 15, 20 years. I haven't got no skinnier, haven't really got any fatter, so I guess that's a good thing, The doctor don't bitch at me too much about it, but I don't know. It's probably a good thing. Do I got another motherboard here that we haven't tested? Let me get my box of crap over here. We'll see if we can find something that we haven't thrown up there and tested yet. We might throw something up there. I don't know. We tested that one. It didn't work. It was junk. But did we test this one? It's got a CPU cooler on it. I don't know if we tested it or not. Let's get it. i3 530, 2.9 gigahertz, 8 gigs of RAM. We don't have any RAM. Oh, it's got a CPU cooler though, and oh no, it's got RAM in it too. Let's test this. We'll do this. Let's do a will it work? Will it post? How's that? That's what we'll call these on these motherboards. Will this post? Intel motherboard, desktop. i5, whatever I just said it was a minute ago. Let's set it on the fan like we always do. Definitely not going to do any static guard. Look what power supply I got back. That's the one that I don't have any plugs for. I'm hoping one day I run across another one of these and I have extra plugs for it, is what I'm secretly hoping. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So this takes a 4-pin, but we have a PCI Express plug in our hand. That's not going to get it. I think these split apart, though. Maybe that one don't, but maybe this one does. I don't know. I'm going to put you guys down here where you can see what I'm working on. How's that? So here's our Will It post. Maybe we can plug it in like this. Oh, that definitely ain't going to work. My goodness. I think this one's split right here. So if we can get it to come apart, then I'm pretty sure. Man, they don't want this one coming apart, guys. Well, let's see if we can just get it to plug in like that. That'll work. That's all we need. We just need 4 of them to plug in, right? So let's get the graphics card in it. We're not going to hook a hard drive up. This is a simple Will It post right here. Will this old Intel board post? I'm going to bet that it does. You guys can pick whatever you want, but I am going to guess that it does post because it's an Intel board. And I have had really, really good luck out of these motherboards over the years. So I've had really, really, really good luck out of them. So let's try it. Will it post? We are ready. Reese's, huh? Carnivore keto diet 8 months. Yeah, that's a good diet right there. All right, so here we go. You'll see it if it lights up right there on the YouTube screen. I'm ready. We got fan spinning. Oh, we got a beep. Is that good or bad? It's good. Look at that. We posted. Wow. That fan looks like it's about ready to take off somewhere. Will delete get us in the BIOS on this thing or what? Oh, we got 2 beeps. And nothing. We got something. It says it's looking for a boot agent. If it finds one, I'm going to be happy for it because there definitely isn't anything hooked up to it. So we definitely don't have a boot agent there. What gets into the BIOS on this thing? What, anybody know what gets into the BIOS? We posted, by the way, so Craig, we're always happy when that happens, aren't we? Let's try F2. You think F2 will get us in the BIOS on this one? I don't know. Let's try it. Why is that fan ramping up like that? Oh, look at that. We're in there. So you can see the lovely, lovely build that we have here. We have a first generation i3 530 CPU. Intel 64-bit architecture, which is good, right? That's more modern. We do have 8 gigs of total memory in it. We have 4 2-gig modules. We are in the English version of it, so that's good. Maybe redneck version. They should make one of those versions for me. Friday 9/12. That's not right. So the date and time is off, but we'll just pretend like it's not. How's that? So we don't need advanced or boot or anything because I don't have a hard drive hooked to it and I don't feel like doing it. We just drug this one out of the box to see if it would boot, and look at that. It booted. It didn't boot, it posted. So we did post with it. We're 100% on that tonight, by the way. We are 100%. If you've been keeping count, It started tonight with the old G4 Mac, the Apple G4. As soon as I put the memory in it, plugged it in, hit the button, we got the chime, right? So success on that one. And then we rolled into another computer. Success. They all just beep, post, beep, chime, whatever, but they're posting. So we did good tonight. Tonight was a good live stream. We didn't, the camera worked tonight, so that was good. I'm happy to see all that, right? Pulled from the future. I don't know. I don't know about pulled from the future. Who knows what we'll do with it? I mean, what could we put? What are we going to do with an i3 530? I mean, honestly, what do we make out of it? You guys can tell me. I don't know. I don't have enough cases for this stuff. I'm working with a guy I worked with before, one of our subscribers, and I guess I'm gonna do a deal with him and get some other stuff coming down in the mail. So I'll get with him and work that out, and that'll give us content. We'll have stuff to do there. Tuesday night's video, I have the Cube. That big Corsair case, I did different motherboard and stuff in that, and a whole different build, and I sold that computer. So I may post that video or I might not, because I don't think that I got the final recorded on it before it actually got out the door. So that's the sucky part of that one. But I got another case that but a whole nother build, and it's going to be a full complete build, and it's going to be with a entirely different brand of something. And I can't, if I tell you, it's going to give it away, and I can't do that, because I don't want to give out the Tuesday night videos. This isn't early access for that. I know that sometimes people wish it would be early access for it, but it's not. I don't know what we can do with some of these older ones. Do we look for more nostalgic cases for them and maybe do nostalgic builds? I mean, you would like to do the right thing and give computers away, right? So maybe this isn't doing anyone any favors to give it to them. You see what I mean? I don't know what to do with the older hardware right now. I have enough that I can do nostalgic stuff with, that an i3 530 just doesn't do it for the nostalgic part of me. But maybe it does with somebody. I mean, maybe I can pass it forward, right? I did that with a 4th gen Intel board. Let me tell you a story about that. I told you what happened to the computer that crashed that we've seen the last 2 videos on. So a lot of you know that a lot of my finds come off a marketplace, right? So you know that. So I worked on the local guy's computer, and I literally give him a 4th gen motherboard that I got off one of our subscribers that was in the chat tonight. So, and anyway, I paid that motherboard forward and I give it to the guy, okay? And I installed it, and I get the computer done, and he's texting me how great it's working, and and he's texting me pictures of his lap times where he's leading the board and the races he won on iRacing. So, I get on Marketplace quite often to look for deals, and it's been harder to find them this summer. And I'm not joking. I don't know why the prices are outrageous right now, but they are. But let's not get off the subject. So I'm going through there, and guess what computer come up for sale on Marketplace? If you guessed the computer that fell that I fixed, you are 110% right. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. We didn't charge them any labor. I didn't charge them no labor to fix it. It's not my fault that the desk broke and the computer fell down and it busted like that, right? And then I felt bad for them, and I give them the motherboard, and I didn't charge them any labor to fix all that stuff. I put the fans in the graphics card, and what else did I do? New CPU cooler and stuff. And I did all the labor on straightening the case and stuff out, right, to make it look halfway decent. But he puts it up on Marketplace, and it kind of just tore at me a little bit when I seen that. I'm like, if he would have called me and told me, look, I got this going on and I need to sell it, it probably wouldn't have sung as bad. But he can text me lap times and tell me how great everything's working, but he can't text me to tell me, look, I want to put it up for sale. I don't know what you guys think about that stuff, but I mean, that it just don't sit well with me. I mean, I can't make it sit. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I'm not that way. I don't do that to people, but it didn't sit well with me in that case. So I'm not sure what's going on with him. I think I might give him a call tomorrow and try to figure it out. Maybe run into a financial situation or something. And maybe the guy's at a pinch. It happens, right? Guys can get in a pinch, and that could have happened. Maybe the guy's at a pinch, and we'll find out tomorrow. So I'm not going to try to read into that too much, but it does kind of sting a little bit when you see that. I'm just saying. But I was happy to be able to build that and pay it forward. Just didn't want to charge them labor or anything because it's unfortunate what happened. But I mean, I can't give all the parts away. The CPU cooler costs money. You know, the fans for the graphics cards cost money. So you can't give that stuff away. But the labor you can give away, and then the Fortune motherboard, I was able to pay that forward. So thank you, Ron, once again for that. And I'll get with you to get you the PayPal, and we can get that deal done. I'll probably do it in the morning. Maybe I'll do it after the stream, but if not, I'll definitely do it in the morning so you can get it shipped out. Yeah, it does, Stray Dog. And again, you know, like I said, people run into people get into tight spots, right? So, but a text or something that would have been, look, man, I'm gonna have to sell that computer, and maybe even give me the option to buy it back. I mean, you never know. I've been struggling to get builds here. I'm gonna do one though, and I think it's gonna be a really good one because of the part that I got. So I think the build's gonna do really good. But I'm gonna try changing the format around a little bit. I don't know. You guys probably don't need to see it, but I'm gonna do a complete build. I'm gonna tear this computer down, and I'm gonna do a complete build from bottom to top. And I'm gonna try a different format with a video where I do a little more explaining what I'm doing instead of just doing it. You know what I mean? Or putting it on fast forward and putting music to it. Send them an offer less than the price of the motherboard and what your labor would have been. Yeah, I mean that's probably not a bad idea. It's probably not a bad idea to do that, but I don't know. I mean, if it's one of the things where you just run into a situation, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think thinking about doing more of a tutorial on it. And I can't tell you guys how many systems I built over the years. I couldn't count it. And what got me into it initially was you older guys will know this because you go back with me. You remember the cartridge processors, the Pentium cartridge processor? It was called a Pentium 2, right? So that cartridge processor was the first processor I ever ordered from eBay. And it was in the 90s, right? So that is the first computer I ever swapped a processor on. And that computer, I believe, was a Gateway 2000. I think that was the Gateway 2000 that I did that to. And that was the first computer I upgraded to a gaming computer and did NASCAR racing on. 1999 edition. The first graphics card upgrade I ever did, and I would love to have that card now. In fact, I'm going to go through some old boxes because there may be a slight chance that I can come across that card. It is a Voodoo 3. That was the first graphics card I ever used, and I hung on to it on purpose, and I can't remember where I put it, but I think I'm going to run across it one day. And you're going to see it on here when I do, but it is a Voodoo 3 graphics card. And that was the first one I ever did, and it was with a Pentium 2. So that's what got me started years ago. Then I started gaming on the NASCAR racing, the Rat Bag dirt track racing, World of Warcraft, all that through the years. And I have 3 boys, right? So each one of them had gotten into computer gaming. So over the years, I've not only built their computers, but I've upgraded them. And for 2 of the boys, I still do it. The one that's in the Air Force, I got a son in the Air Force that I do it for. He's actually in SEER training right now, which is pretty cool. And then my youngest son, I still build and upgrade his computers. So, and the oldest son, I'm just about ready to do something for his computer too. He runs, he's like me. We love the old Intel LGA 1366, but it doesn't have AVX2 support. And some of the games he wants to play need it now. So I'm going to do a different build for him to get him out of the LGA 1366. And I'm going to have yet another LGA 1366 motherboard and processor. So 4 of them will be great. 20 years since you started your job as a butcher. That is awesome. Yeah, I've just been doing this a long time. I mean, I really have. And I initially, there was a guy, and this happened on iRacing, and me and a buddy of mine is what got me into the YouTube thing. So there was a guy that was offering all these builds and stuff on Marketplace, or not on Marketplace, but on this iRacing group that we were part of, right? And he ended up buying the group. The guy ended up buying the group, and he was literally just ripping people off on iRacing. So it pissed me and a friend of mine off. So we started this thing, and we would watch all these posts from this guy, right? And literally every time somebody got something and posted something negative, he had control of the page, so he would take it down. That's how dishonest he was. He would take it down, right? He had a PC that he had literally overclocked and sent to a guy. And I don't know what happened, but the guy went to work or what, but it caught the guy's house on fire. And I'm not kidding you on that. The guy posted pictures on this Facebook page that the PC builder owned, and he deleted them. He deleted them. The guy whose house caught on fire ended up suing him. This is a true story. I can't make this up. So I do a lot of stuff for people on iRacing because I've been doing it for so many years, right? So I have people that want me to do stuff for them. And you guys know that because you see me do some of the computers. Like the one that I'm talking about that the guys got up for sale, but that's a whole different story. So he caught the guy's house on fire, right? So my other buddy's like, you build these all the time. You should start a YouTube channel. That's why if you look at SimStation, it's dated back to 2019, because that is when I was going to start the channel initially. And you're busy with life and other things, and you just don't do anything. You see what I mean? But can you imagine where SimStation might be now if I had done that because of what happened in 2020? Look at all the PC YouTube channels that blew up in 2020, right? So can you imagine what SimStation might have been by now if I'd done that? But it doesn't matter. I'm doing it now. So it's better in 2025 than never, right? So we're doing it now, but we're getting late on this stream and I got to get some sleep. So we had success on the Apple G4. That deserves a like right there. We had success on, what did we put up here next? We put up the HTPCs, 2 different ones. And both of them made a sound, right? And we got a keyboard and mouse on one of them, but no video. But the other one we got a video on. So we get a like for the other one. And then this one, we just took it randomly out of a box. We threw a graphics card on it, plugged a power supply in, gets a like because it posted, right? That's going to do it, though, I think, for the live stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun going through. And the G4, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that set the mood for a good night right there. Just hearing the happy chime from that old Mac G4 put a smile on my face. Wow, we don't want to turn that back on. It was a productive stream tonight, Chris. That the chime of the G4 done it all, though. That's that of the part right there. If we could, I'm gonna take a recording of that sound, and I'm gonna start every video with that beautiful chime from the Mac. What do you think of that? I'll start every video with that. What's the Butcher channel name? Stray Dog, what's the Butcher channel name? I have to check that out. You do that at work? You YouTube the Butcher and at work? That'd be pretty cool if you did. I have a guy used to, he was actually my teammate years ago when I did short track racing on iRacing. I did a ton of short track racing, and he was my teammate. And he, I think he lives in Ohio. He was a butcher for Winn-Dixie. That's what he did. He was a butcher for Winn-Dixie. It's funny though, because when I met him, he lived in Ohio, wasn't a butcher, and was a butcher for Winn-Dixie, but he was originally from Florida. So that was pretty cool. But he was a good dude. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, I believe. I haven't seen anything for a while, but I don't know if you've noticed on Facebook, they put a lot of other garbage and ads up on your Facebook feed, so you don't see what your friends post anymore. That's a fact. Josh the Butcher Gibson. I'll have to check that out. That'd be pretty cool. Anybody have any questions or anything before we end tonight's stream here? Any ideas even? I mean, we might need some ideas for future videos. I am going to do more tutorial style on the next one. I'm just going to try something different because you guys know it, and for you it's repetitive, but for some people it's not. I think that it would be good, you know, for the young kid to be able to say, oh, and find a good tutorial video. Just something that he can go to or she and be comfortable with building their own PC. Oh, that's cool. Do a tour, huh? If I could wirelessly do this camera on the live stream, and I think there might be a way to do it, but if I can wirelessly Bluetooth it or something, I'll do a tour. I'll give you guys a tour. So that might be something that we end up doing. I appreciate that, Chris. This is fun. Believe it or not, it eliminates stress from my life. Yeah, it eliminates stress from my life and kind of keeps me dialed down. You guys are a lot of fun. You're a great crowd to hang out with when I do this stuff, and I appreciate that. Thursday night's live stream, I don't know what we're going to do from one day to the next. I didn't know what we were going to do tonight until probably 45 minutes before the stream, and I'm not going to lie. I like the Will It post on the Thursday night stuff, honestly. But I got to get some more motherboards. We posted almost every motherboard I can dig out that works, right? We posted almost every one of them. So I'm going to have to pick up some more. And I know I got a deal that I'm working at. Might be a couple of more Will It posts in that. But, man, I got to hit the treasure trove of them, honestly. Yeah, we do have some similar hobbies, Stray Dog. I actually have seen, you know, some of the stuff you got going on post of mine, so they are similar as far as that goes. So that's cool to see. A lot of us do that. I do a lot of stuff though off around the camera. Everything's the PC stuff is separate from the rest of my life. This part of it is the separate part that I do. When I'm not recording video all the time and stuff, and I don't put as much time into it as what I probably should, honestly, to build a good YouTube channel. But maybe that's something I'll work on in the future. Learning how to edit the videos, I'm getting better at it, but I'm not great at it yet. So I'm sure there's a lot for me to learn and to keep trying and doing things, and I think it'll get better. Yeah, I like messing with the older stuff. I mean that stuff resonates with me more. It's like when people ask me my favorite Windows or what my favorite hardware is. I can tell you that the best processor and motherboard combination I've ever used in my life and built is an LGA 1366 because of its triple channel memory. And when that come out in 2009, it was a game changer. It literally it put Intel just miles above AMD at the time. And to see how many years that socket stayed relevant, you can still get on that thing and game today. If it doesn't require AVX2, that computer still rips. And I've showed it even in the videos on bench testing. You can throw a 2070 or 2080 with one of those things and it doesn't bottleneck it. So that's insane to have something built in 2019 that's that good. Yeah, it's definitely been a fun stream tonight. It really has, and I mean it kind of helps. Like I said, it helps me take my mind off of other stuff in life. You know, hanging out, chatting with you guys. Thursday nights are really fun. I like doing the live streams. I have a lot of fun with them. And like Chris said, my favorite are the Will It Post. When the most classic live stream, in bar none, is the sound of that Mac G4 making its chime for the first time. DaVinci Resolve for editing. It's been a while since I've used it. Definitely a learning curve. I use CapCut, which is, I guess, the one owned by TikTok. That sound right? I use CapCut. I don't make TikTok videos. But I think I'm going to make TikTok videos, but I don't make them, but I think I might make them. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up on the email later there. I appreciate that deal too, by the way. That's a really good deal, and I appreciate that. That's going to give me some more content. Marketplace isn't doing good for me right now. You guys tell me how you're doing in your area if you do any marketplace deals like that, but man, it's like people forgot how much something's worth. In the summer, sales on PCs and stuff typically slow down. We know that, right? At least it does in my area, and you know it could be different in other areas. And I speculate YouTube slows down a little bit too, mostly because I'm turning my Pixar light around so we get some light over here. Ooh, hit myself right in the head with it. That's cool. Look at this thing. This thing is insane. Check that thing out. That's my Pixar lamp. You gotta love it. Oh, if we turn it backwards like this, though, you'll be able to see when I sit down. So, just checking out the live stream. Plus, I can kill it from here, right? We'll close that out right there. We're back to my desktop. Oh, and I can read better. Yeah, CapCut, use the free version. So, what I do on CapCut is I don't use any of the pro features and I don't put any music in CapCut. I do that in YouTube. So once I upload the video to YouTube, I'll put the music in there. That way you're not getting copyrighted for the music, right? Yeah, good night to you, Chris. I got an eBay, Stray Dog, I got a good eBay deal. Titan graphics card. And it hasn't got here yet, $70. So if it works, that'll be a good one. Yeah, I'll take a look at DaVinci. I'm actually going to look at something I can use on Linux because I think I might move the editing computer to Linux. I think that might be what I do. I'm going to switch to the other desktop now. Oh, so we don't need the camera no more, so I can shut this stuff off. So you're on the desktop now. You're looking at my desktop. And get that camera set to the side right here. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, we're looking at our YouTube channel, so I can see the chat down there. So you guys are looking at the same thing I am right now, because I don't have any computer running over there on the stand, and the Pixar light is bright, but it's blinding me. So I'm going to shut that off and kind of get things dark around here a little bit. And I need to get a drink too, and I need to get myself ready for bed. It is after 11, 1 minute after 11 here in Central Florida right now. So I want to thank all you guys that tuned in tonight, chatting it up, a lot of fun. Next Thursday night, I'll find something else crazy to do, and it probably won't be as crazy as the old Apple G4, but I still can't believe we got that thing to chime and boot up. I can't believe it. I'll go to bed tonight in shock. That'll be a cool video to see, Stray Dog. You'll definitely looking forward to you posting that one. And did you ever do a final build on or final video on your big build? I can't remember if you did. 15K. Damn. Yeah, it's definitely a lot to put into that. I would look at my eBay, but we're looking on this. I was pretty shocked. I'm going to tell you guys that I was pretty shocked to get a collaborative partner already. So I thank Keys Fan for that. I don't know how they come across the channel or what, but they sent me an email and asked me if I'd be interested. And I mean, you'd be stupid to say that you weren't. And then the discount that they offer to give you guys that I can promote for you guys is just phenomenal. I mean, you can activate Windows or Office dirt cheap, you know. So I couldn't pass that up. So I do want to thank Keys Fan for that, even though they don't sponsor the live stream. I still want to thank them for it, but they'll be in the regular videos for the most part, because we only drop one of those a week. So we used to drop 2 of the regular ones a week, but I'm kind of glad I switched to the live stream. I think it's a lot more fun. Initially, I think it was easier, but after the camera problems and stuff, I don't think it's so easy anymore. So I don't think the live stream's so much easier, because when I make a mistake in the live stream, I can't edit it out, right? And when I make a mistake in my regular video, I can edit that stuff out. There'll be whole videos I edit out because I done something wrong. So you guys don't get to always see that. But I'm thinking about taking all that stuff that I edit out and doing a bloopers video. Believe it or not, I almost edited out when that computer caught on fire on me. And then I thought, no, I'm going to send that just like it happened to me. I mean, you couldn't, if you fake that, you can't make the response to it so genuine, right? And I don't try not to. I don't fake anything on this. So when you heard the G4 fire up, the look on my face was priceless, and it was genuine. And that's what it's all about. It's going to be a tour, but I'll have a separate video on build. 5,000 in that build alone. Nice, man. Yeah, you got some nice hardware in that. Really, really good to see. That's just a really nice setup. And I need to finish this. I really do. I need to get to work on it. I replaced the floor back there. You had one start smoking right after your dumbass stopped recording, huh? That's usually how it happens to all of us, Stray Dog. You're not the only one that happened to. I was literally bench testing a computer one night, and I probably told this story before, But I am not kidding you. That power supply exploded and the lights went out. It blew the breaker, man. I mean, the power supply exploded, the lights went out, right? And all I heard was my wife yell, "What in the hell did you do?" So I had to find a light, get the breaker flipped back on, and that power supply was shot. It was in my Alienware Aurora R1. That's the power supply that exploded on me, by the way. The one the kid found in the apartment. Huh. I know dust can do that, but I think that I'd never, Stray Dog, I'm going to tell you right now, that thing scared the crap out of me when it exploded. And when I say it exploded, it popped and it popped hard. It exploded literally, and it knocked the power out. It's the most violent power supply failure I've ever had in my life. Typically, they just won't boot up no more, or they'll boot up and shut back off. Right? This one definitely popped a big cap. It obviously popped a big one, but it was in the Alienware Aurora R1, and I ended up ordering another power supply on eBay. Those are 850-watt power supplies in those. So they're a modular power supply too, believe it or not. And the one I got for it was a modular power supply. I didn't get the exact same one. I got one from a Dell XPS of the same era, and it was the same power supply. So that's how that worked. But yeah, that's a scary moment. That's why I don't get my teeth up there when I'm bench testing those things no more. Sometimes I'll just walk away and sit here and look at the capture card to see what's going on, right? Yeah, you imagine one of them popping when you're not at home, burn your house to the ground. I'm telling you, when I told you guys that story earlier, I didn't make that stuff up, man. I didn't. That dude literally caught. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it was a power supply failure, but it caught the man's house on fire. So I know that it can happen, and that's the kind of stuff that people need to be careful for. I used to leave computers running all night. I'd just walk away. I went for years never shut my computer off. I'm not going to lie to you guys and gals a bit about that. So, I mean, there's the old argument of, do you shut your computer off? Do you let it go to sleep? Do you leave it run? I mean, we can debate that and argue it back and forth, but I can tell you right now that this computer goes into sleep mode and it stays running. It's on a surge protector, so I'm hoping that if it pops, the surge protector protect it from burning my house down. I'm just saying. So if they're on surge protectors, I'll still let them run. My iRacing computer gets shut off when I'm done with it. So it's kind of weird, but the editing rig, it runs all the time. I'm not going to lie. It's on a surge protector, so I don't fear it so much. Nothing on the workbench stays plugged in when I'm done working on it. So when I'm done and I shut down for the day or the night or quit recording, that stuff gets unplugged and I don't mess with it. And I don't leave anything plugged in there because I think on unknown stuff I pick up from Marketplace, you're just asking for trouble doing that. And that's not on a surge protector over there, right? So you don't want to do that. Man, it's getting late here. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Been a really fun stream. Been a great chat tonight. Make sure if you like what you've seen tonight, you give it a like. I mean, it's easy to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll catch you. You'll see me Tuesday night. You won't see me live on Tuesday night, but you'll see my video drop on Tuesday night. And then you'll see me live next Thursday night. And it will be at 9 p.m. Eastern one more time. I do not have a PSU tester yet, but I am going to order one of those. I just keep forgetting to. Yeah, it's just an old debate. Some people shut it down, some people don't, right? But thank you, Stray Dogs. Good talking to you. You'll have to catch up with me on Discord, man. I'll get on. I'll be on Discord more frequently now because we're getting ready to start season 16 for our iRacing. So I'll definitely be on there more. But that's going to do it for the stream tonight. I got to catch some sleep. So, yeah, I seen them on Amazon. I'm definitely going to get one on order. I just haven't done it yet. You know what? I need a Click Clack fuel pump for my boat. So I may go ahead and order that. And it was only $10, so another 15 will get me free shipping. Thanks, Stray Dog. I'll catch you guys, though, on next Thursday night stream live. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there, wherever you're at.